Gotta get nice and comfortable. Have I told you that sometimes I really do not like taking NyQuil? I really don't like taking NyQuil. Because it's 6:30 right now, and only now am I starting the video when I could start a lot earlier. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not really going to affect my day, but I could have gotten up a lot earlier and I really wouldn't feel so drowsy. And on top of that, it both made my cough a lot better, but also kind of more annoying because it has suppressed it, but when it comes up, it really it's sort of like dry and itchy, I guess. I guess that's a way I could just... Can itchy be described as in a cough? I don't really know. I mean, yeah, technically I'm feeling better, for sure. And I wouldn't trade, this for, anything. But it can be really frustrating when you're clearly trying to, get better, but then, you run into some sort of conflict. You probably want to say, why would I even take NyQuil? Oh, right, because I want to make sure I actually got a pretty decent night's sleep. Well, technically I did. This really was a better night's sleep than what I've gotten in quite a while. But it knocked me out more than what I wanted to be. Because I wanted to get up a little bit before 5, and I wound up getting up a little bit before 6. Which, normally I guess an hour of sleep, an extra hour of sleep I should say, wouldn't be a bad thing. But if you're looking to get your day started as soon as possible, there's some things you gotta take into consideration. Specifically how the weather is, especially at this time of year, because right now we've actually been pretty lucky. It's snowed with a few flurries, but nothing to really write home about. It hasn't really affected traffic that much, nor has it slowed anyone down necessarily. But just the fact that it's cold out really does not want to make many people do a lot of things. So, here's the thing, I don't want to say this was a bad week because by all accounts, nothing particularly bad or, sad happened. Just the fact that, I've come down with something. And a few plans that may have actually just changed, but I'll get to that momentarily. But spoiler alert, it looks like we're going to Libs after all. So I guess there's that. So yeah, I guess the low is the fact that this whole week I have been sick and I slowly have been getting better. I just wish I had gotten better, much sooner. My high? I have to say that my high is, actually, what did happen yesterday? Well, I guess my high is the fact that I think I can count my blessings that me being sick is really about the only remotely bad thing that has happened this week. Because it really could be a lot worse. Again, we could have had a huge, huge amount of snow. But we haven't. So that's good. And my act of kindness is, and this is something I did sort of bring upon myself, but after talking to my mom, well, because I wanted to, that is part of my act of kindness, and I told her that I did have a fever, and my mom is a nurse, so she kind of has every right to, feel this way. But she is dead set on me getting a COVID test, which I'm pretty sure I don't have. In fact, to be perfectly honest, a part of me is annoyed because in order for me to see her, I would have had to have left right now to go see her for the COVID test. Because you have those take home COVID test things to see if you got it or not. So I'll probably be seeing her later this afternoon, evening type deal. So it will be nice to see her. That's something to look forward to, I guess. Other than that, it's I'm pretty nothing out of the ordinary. I can't really say that something's been good or bad over the other, so that's a good thing, right? Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. Speaking of good things that are happening today, we have a new episode of the Go Big Show. I absolutely cannot wait for that, considering that when they sort of tease what it's going to be like this week, I'm like, okay, I'm really excited for what I'm about to see. As for the change in plans, yeah, it looks like we may very well have to go to Libs after all. But I still may want to be in my turkey dinner anyway. You're probably wondering how this happened, right? Well, yes, for those of you who did vote and participate, although I will say a bunch of you have started voting for Libs, even though the polls have been clearly already tallied up and Turkey already won. And even with this influx of Libs-related votes, I still think Turkey's got the edge. What wound up happening is I really would have had two choices for the turkey dinner. I could have had it on Sunday, which is what we normally probably would have done. Or what I kind of wanted to do, since my family is already going to church in Corning anyway, and my brother lives in Corning, and my grandparents live in Corning, we'd have Thanksgiving, not Thanksgiving, but my birthday. It's turkey dinner, so it might as well be Thanksgiving, right? We would have, the turkey dinner at my brother's house, which we had Thanksgiving at his house before, so, makes sense. Why not do it again? And, we'd be able to watch football. It's going to be the wild card weekends coming up, which reminds me, I actually have my top 11 picks already figured out. Yeah, I do. I may tweak a few things here and there, but for the most part, yeah, I have my top 11 Super Bowl matchups that I want to see already figured out. I'll be going over those on Saturday, to be sure. And again, I still have some time to change a couple of things if I have to. I probably will. So seeing as how, due to the fact that I had to group a few things together, and due to the fact that the game that particularly I had at, that's hard. It's hard for me to determine right now if I will change anything or not. Because if you've ever done a top list of your own for anything, then you know the ultimate problem with it. Like, it is stupidly easy to pick what your number one is. Or, your number two, or sometimes it's just straight up easy to pick your number 10. But it's always the ones in the middle that really are the hardest to figure out. Like, for me, 1 was relatively easy to figure out. 3, I knew what I was going to have there right away. 10, I did have one idea, but then I had to slightly change it involving grouping things together. Or not 10, but 11. So again, you'll see this upcoming Saturday, but trust me, I think you're really going to like what you see. Although I will give you a straight up warning, there is a lot of Super Bowl rematches on here. A lot of them. So please look forward to that. Actually, I think I may have accidentally put 1 in there twice. I mean, I really gotta look at it again. This is bizarre, but yeah. So I completely got sidetracked. I was talking about what the plans are for this weekend. So considering that my mom hadn't gotten the turkey to start to de-thaw yet, there was no way it'd be ready for Saturday night. And even if we did have it on Sunday, chances are it may not be ready for Sunday either. So, I guess we're going to Libs. But I was promised a turkey dinner, so I'm getting both. And understand, naturally having both is the best possible scenario. I'm not complaining about that. The fact I'm getting both, even though one is going to be happening later than the other, that's great. I could not be more. I mean, it's probably coming across because I'm still obviously sick a little bit. But trust me, I really am. I really couldn't be happier with this outcome. It's just, I know that with life, and because here's the thing, and it really just has to do with the fact of, me growing up and everything I told you all about already. But one stereotype that I was always sick about hearing is that I'm incapable of being flexible. And I really wanted to disprove that so bad, no matter what the opportunity is. That's why I really was perfectly okay with having either turkey dinner or Libs, not having turkey dinner and Libs. And true, they're both technically happening in reverse order, and one happening definitely later than the other. But again, it's all about, I really want to show I'm being flexible, because, well, again, me growing up and, everything I had to put up with, and I'd rather not get into that right now. So, does this sort of scenario disprove that I'm flexible or not? I mean, I did just openly say I was trying to be flexible and be okay with having one or the other, but then I wind up getting both anyway. So in the end, there really was no point in me being flexible to begin with. Again, this is hard. I mean, I guess the fact that I admitted it and the fact that I was okay with, the decision that I made, and you all clearly saw I was okay with the decision that I made, that proves I was being flexible. I don't know. Maybe you guys can give me some advice on that. You actually have really good. I just realized suddenly this makes it sort of Libs versus turkey dinner debate like a three-parter. I didn't mean to make this a three-parter at all. I mean, it just wound up happening. But, if there's one thing I learned watching the Kung Fu Panda movies is that, there are no accidents, I guess. I guess this was, meant to happen. And plus I do get to, I guess regardless of whatever the outcome was going to be, the things I really ought to be thankful for are the fact that no matter what the scenario is, be it a turkey dinner or Libs or any other place I could have said I wanted to go to, or as a couple friends of mine have been suggesting, have wings from either Pudgy's or this place called Alliger's. Full disclosure, my family and I have never been to a place called Alliger's. For our money, the best places to get wings in this area are Bernie Murray's and the Elbow Room. Which, again, those are two places I could have decided I wanted to go to also. The important thing is, no matter what I decide to do, my family was going to be there no matter what. Be it, a small group of people, say my mother, my father, and I, or a larger group of people, say my mother, my father, my brother, his wife / my sister-in-law, my 3 nephews, my grandparents, and anyone else in our family that, we would have invited. I was going to be surrounded by family. And family really is much more important. And yeah, it still kind of bums me out, the fact that we are in a pandemic thing, because I have told my mom that there are times where, I have wanted to invite, a couple of my friends to these sorts of things. And my mom really is like, listen, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I would have absolutely no problem with it whatsoever. So, if any of you guys are watching this and you ever wondered why I don't invite anyone, now you know. It's the pandemic. It really is. Between the whole vaccinated and unvaccinated debate, the fact that we are in that time of year where we really are in the height of cold and flu season. Trust me, I think I've got that too. You don't know. And considering that I kind of want to live long enough to see my nephews grow up, I can't afford to be careless. But trust me, if it were up to me, I'd invite everybody I knew, okay? I'd invite everybody I'll watch right now. But that's just how things are right now. Hopefully this summer will be the year where things will get a little less tense, and it'll give everyone an opportunity to practice flexibility as well. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and follow me on social media opportunities on YouTube. I'm very home this video for all of you guys who are watching the show today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Remember, you guys want to talk to me, I'm going to be here to land you right back. Take care, make good choices, and get ready to watch the Go Big Show. See ya.